Wrestling Guy back in, going to get a little revenge for the way he's been treated in this contest. We saw a lot of brutality and punishment go on to Standard Wrestling Guy in the early going of this contest.
And don't forget, Man Hammer back in the corner. He still has yet to get into this contest, and you know he's going to make his presence felt. Jamar trying to reach for a tag on King. Wrestling Guy able to drive the shoulder. 1, 2, and King kicks out.
What do you suppose of a man named Rouge?
You know, I'm not entirely sure what to make of this guy. We saw him make his debut last week, and I'm not entirely sure what to make of him. I think we're going to need a little bit more time, a little bit more study here on a man named Rouge. Look at King trying to crawl and make the tag as SWG just doesn't let him get up. And look at SWG just driving that knee of Chris King into the mat. King needs to make a tag here. They were so good early on, Jason, of making quick tags and keeping the fresh man in, keeping those legs as fresh as possible. But it looks like now the triple man team of Standard Wrestling Guy, Togess Heron, and Man Hammer Rouge just has King right in their corner, locked, cocked, and ready to explode on Chris King.
Now the single half crab locked in, a half Boston crab locked into Chris King, but King already back up on a vertical base, somewhat of one.
Little bit, trying to get his footing there, spins around and delivers a huge enziguri right into the skull of Togess Heron. Now's the chance for Chris King to make that tag he desperately needs to make, but it looks like Heron's not going to let him do it. Able to get back from that enziguri and drops the leg onto that already injured knee of Chris King.
Chris King now desperately needs to get a tag to either Chris Mayne or Kareem Abdul Jamaar. He's got to get the tag, get a fresher man in this contest if this team wants a shot at victory.
King desperately needs to make a tag. What a spine buster there from Togess Heron as he's able to get the 3 count. No, Jamar comes in and breaks it up just before the 3 count falls. I'll tell you what, Jason, even though King is in a world of trouble, you can see his teammates working together as a unit as Jamar was able to break up that pin attempt. And now the tag made one more time to the SWG Standard Wrestling Guy, and Man Hammer Rouge still has not been in this matchup quite yet. Oh, neck breaker there onto the neck of Chris King from Standard Wrestling Guy.
Pin attempt, but to no avail. The match continues. SWG now locking in a rear chin lock. SWG's got the RCL rear chin lock, Scott.
Now I'm following where you're going with that. It took me a second to realize what RCL you were talking about. I thought maybe you thought he was working over his ACL, which they've been doing all match long.
SWG's got the RCL on the MAT right here in NWA
ME.com. And now you can see Chris King trying to fight back to a vertical base as Wrestling Guy able to just apply a little bit more pressure on that chin lock to drive him right back down to the mat. And in the corner, folks, you can see Mayne and Jamar there eager to get back into this matchup. Chris King desperately needs to make a tag to his Anarchy teammates if they're going to have any chance at a victory today here on NWA television. Now SWG driving the knee into Chris King, makes the tag into Heron, and here comes Heron. They're going to try a little double team maneuver here on Chris King.
Togess is in now. What's he going to do? Goes up to the top, goes to the middle, excuse me. Oh, man, what? Oh, my goodness. Stomping right on the rib cage of Chris King. Goes for the pin.
And one more time, Jamar in to break up the count.
Jamar says that's not happening in his house.
Absolutely not. He's telling the doctor of Phi Slamma Jamma is telling Heron to get that out of his ring, get that out of his house. He is protecting this ring as much as he can. And one more time, look at McCoy here, the manager. McCoy draping that golf club and choking the life. And now you can see in the opposite corner the referee trying to hold Mayne and Jamar back as they're trying to storm to take out McCoy, Heron, and anyone who stands in their way.
Well, the brothers are getting mad on the outside, and that's not good. That could mean bad news for McCoy. He better watch himself in this contest.
And what a maneuver there from Heron as he drapes that arm across, trying to get a little more pressure into that pin. Only a 2 count, however, as King able to kick out before the 3 count falls. Now King back to a vertical base. Heron whips him across to the other side. And it looks like King's able to make a reversal here. Backslide pin, 1, 2. Heron able to kick out. You can see King trying to crawl back to his teammates. Oh, and what a shot right into the knee of Chris King.
The damaging effects on that left knee are becoming more and more apparent as this contest progresses.
King is in a world of trouble. He desperately needs to make a tag if we're going to see a victory from the Anarchy, guys. The starting lineup of Chris Mayne and Kareem Abdul Jamaar. If we're going to see any type of victory, King needs to make an attempt at a tag here, and he's able to tag in Chris Mayne, and here comes Rouge. And Mayne is just not stopping for anybody, Jason.
A house of fire is Chris Mayne, and listen to the crowd here in Nashville. Get behind this man, and a clothesline to Manhammer, and now Kareem Abdul Jamaar in the ring pin attempt. Here comes Togess, and no, breaks it up.
Absolute chaos is broken out here in the ring. It's absolute anarchy here in the ring. As you see, Mayne is now out of the ring. Chris King now being held up by a man named Rouge Manhammer. Mayne trips up Heron before the double team maneuver was able to happen. Kareem Abdul Jamaar taking out Wrestling Guy. Chris King taking out Manhammer Rouge in the center of the ring. Big neck breaker from Chris King, and Mayne is in high-risk territory, going topside here.
Mayne's up top, gonna come off, and what an elbow!
He's coming.